The diner's fluorescent lights buzzed like a tired insect, casting a sickly glow over the cracked vinyl booths. Mark slid into the corner seat, the one farthest from the door, and set his paper bag lunch on the table like a guilty secret. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, was at kindergarten, and the silence of an empty apartment had chased him here. He unwrapped the peanut butter sandwich, took one bite, and stared at the crusts. 42 years old, widowed for 18 months, and eating alone in a place that smelled of burnt coffee and regret. Across the room, a small boy in a too-big hoodie tugged at his mother's sleeve. "Mom, I'm starving." The woman, mid-30s, hair twisted into a knot that looked one sneeze away from collapse, glanced at the menu board, then at her purse, then at the floor. She whispered something Mark couldn't hear. The boy's shoulders sagged. Mark's phone buzzed. A text from Lily's teacher. She cried at drop-off again. His thumb hovered, useless. He looked up just as the woman guided her son past his booth. Their eyes met for half a second, hers the color of storm clouds, his probably bloodshot from another sleepless night. "Excuse me," she said, voice low, almost swallowed by the clatter of plates. "My son's hungry. The bus broke down, and we missed lunch. Could we sit here a minute? Just until the next one comes?" Mark blinked. The booth had 4 seats and one lonely sandwich. He pushed the plate toward the empty side. "Stay as long as you need." The boy climbed in first, knees knocking the underside of the table. "I'm Eli," he announced, as if that explained everything. His mother hesitated, then slid in beside him. "I'm Sarah. This is embarrassing." Mark shrugged. "I've eaten cereal for dinner 3 nights running. Embarrassment's relative." Sarah's laugh was small but real. The waitress appeared, pad poised like a weapon. Sarah opened her mouth, closed it, then looked at Eli's hopeful face. "Grilled cheese?" she asked him. He nodded so hard his hood slipped back, revealing a cowlick that stood up like a flag. Mark caught the waitress's eye. "Add it to my tab. And a coffee for the lady." Sarah started to protest, but the words tangled. Instead she said, "Thank you," so softly it might have been the wind. The grilled cheese arrived cut into triangles, the way Lily liked hers. Eli attacked it with the single-minded focus of the truly famished. Between bites he talked, about the robot he was building from soda cans, about how his dad used to fix buses before he went away, about the time he tried to teach the classroom hamster to fetch. Sarah's hand rested on his back, steadying him, steadying herself. Mark found himself smiling at the robot story. "Lily, my daughter, she's got a stuffed giraffe she insists can fly. We've had 3 emergency room visits for takeoff injuries." Sarah's eyes softened. Kids believe what they need to. Outside, rain started, sudden and hard, drumming the windows like impatient fingers. The bus schedule on Sarah's phone showed the next one delayed, 40 minutes, maybe more. Eli's energy crashed with the sugar. He leaned against his mom, eyelids drooping. Mark cleared his throat. "There's a spare booster seat in my truck. I could drive you home. If you want." Sarah studied him the way people study expiration dates, wary, but desperate not to waste what's still good. "You don't even know where we live. Maps on my phone. And I've got nowhere to be until pickup at 3. She exhaled, a sound that carried 18 months of her own grief. "Okay." The rain followed them to the parking lot. Mark held the umbrella while Sarah buckled Eli into the booster seat that still smelled faintly of Lily's strawberry shampoo. The boy was asleep before they reached the first red light. Sarah gave directions in a murmur. They passed strip malls, a shuttered video store, a park where the swings creaked in the wind. Mark stole glances, the way she worried her thumbnail, the faint scar above her eyebrow, the careful way she said, "Turn left," like she was afraid of taking up space. At a stop sign, she spoke without looking over. Eli's dad didn't die. He just stopped coming home. One day the toolbox was gone, then the recliner, then him. I keep thinking if I'd fixed the leaky faucet faster. Stop. Mark's voice was gentle but firm. Tools don't keep people. She wiped her eyes with the heel of her hand. Your wife? Cancer. 18 months tomorrow. The words tasted like rust. I still set her coffee cup on the counter every morning. Muscle memory's a stubborn thing. They drove in silence thick with shared ghosts. Sarah's apartment was above a laundromat that smelled of detergent and fried onions. Mark carried Eli up the narrow stairs. The boys had lolled against his shoulder, trusting in sleep. Inside, the living room doubled as Eli's bedroom, racecar bed, crayon drawings taped to the wall, a single framed photo of a man in a mechanic's shirt holding a much younger Eli. Sarah took her son, laid him down, pulled a quilt stitched with tiny dinosaurs over his shoulders. She lingered, smoothing hair from his forehead. When she turned, Mark was studying the photo. He sends money sometimes, she said. Never a note. Mark nodded. He understood absence in all its flavors. Downstairs, the rain had eased to a drizzle. Sarah walked him to the truck. I can Venmo you for the food, the gas. Buy Eli the biggest ice cream you can find next week. That's payment. She smiled, and for the first time it reached her eyes. Deal. He was halfway to the door when she called, Mark? Yeah. Lily's lucky. Not every kid gets a dad who shows up. He swallowed hard. Some days I'm just faking it till pickup. That still counts. The next afternoon, Mark sat in the school pickup line, engine idling. Lily climbed in, backpack dragging behind her like a reluctant parachute. Daddy, can we go to the diner? I want to show you my new drawing. He almost said no, budget, routine, the weight of solo parenting, but the memory of Eli's cowlick stopped him. Sure, kiddo. The diner was busier, Saturday energy crackling. Mark spotted them immediately, Sarah in a corner booth, Eli coloring on the placemat with the intensity of Michelangelo. Sarah looked up, startled, then waved them over. Lily slid in beside Eli like they'd been friends since diapers. Within minutes they were trading crayons and conspiracy theories about whether the diner's pie was made by aliens. Sarah poured coffee from the carafe Mark hadn't ordered. On me this time. He protested, she ignored him. Under the table, Lily's foot swung into his shin, her version of gratitude. Weeks blurred. The diner became neutral ground. Mark learned Sarah worked nights cleaning offices, Sarah learned Mark fixed copy machines by day and nightmares by night. The kids invented a game called Booth Tag, rules fluid and loud. One Thursday, Eli didn't show. Sarah's text came after midnight, stomach bug. He's asking for the giraffe story. Mark drove over with saltines and the stuffed giraffe Lily insisted Eli needed for moral support. He found Sarah on the couch, eyes puffy, Eli curled against her like a comma. Mark read about a giraffe who learned to fly by believing in thunderstorms. Eli fell asleep mid-sentence. Sarah walked him out. The hallway light flickered. I got the promotion, she said. Day shift. Benefits. We might actually eat something besides grilled cheese. Mark grinned. Congrats. First purchase, alien pie. She laughed, then sobered. I was going to ask, would you and Lily want to come to Eli's birthday Saturday? It's just us and a lopsided cake, but... We'll bring balloons, he said. And Lily's requested to wear her superhero cape. Non-negotiable. The party was chaos in the best way, 6 kids, 1 piñata, frosting in places frosting had no business being. Mark caught Sarah watching him help Eli with the blindfold, and something shifted in her expression, like a puzzle piece sliding home. Later, washing dishes in her tiny kitchen, their shoulders brushed. Neither moved away. "Dating's weird with kids," she said, scrubbing a plate that was already clean. "Tell me about it." "Lily asked if you were my girlfriend yet." "I said ask me after cake." Sarah snorted. "Eli wants to know if you can fix his robot. The one made of cans. It's currently headless. Bring it to the diner tomorrow. I've got duct tape and a questionable engineering degree." She turned off the water. The quiet was sudden and enormous. "Mark. I don't want to mess this up. Whatever this is." He dried his hands on a dish towel that smelled like birthday candles. "Then we don't rush. We just keep showing up." She nodded, eyes shining. "Deal." Months later, the four of them sat in the same booth, now claimed with a reserved sign Mark had laminated as a joke. Lily and Eli argued over who got the last fry. Sarah's hand rested on Mark's knee under the table, casual as breathing. The waitress dropped the check. Mark reached for it, Sarah slapped his hand. "My turn." Outside, snow fell soft and deliberate, the first of the season. Lily and Eli pressed their faces to the window, leaving foggy handprints. Mark looked at Sarah. 18 months ago, I thought alone was permanent." She squeezed his fingers. "Turns out it was just intermission." If this story hit you right in the feels, smash that like button. It tells YouTube to share the love. Drop a comment. Have you ever had a stranger change your whole trajectory? Hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss the next one. We're all just trying to find our booth in this big, messy